do some exercises given in the workbook. I request all of you to take out your workbook and start doing your work. Children, before doing, it's better to understand, as if you listen carefully, you will able to do nicely. Now, open page number 7, chapter 1, The Owls in the Family. You might have learned in the chapter that Aunt Mabel kept a parrot in a cage. Am I right, children? Yes. Is it right to keep birds and animals in the cage? Yes, I want to know it from you. Let's read this poem by Ruskin Bond. Read the following poem carefully and answer the questions that follows. Here, children, you have to read the poem and then you have to answer the questions. That's why it is known as comprehension. I am reading the poem for you. Please do it along with me. Tigers Forever. The title of the poem is Tigers Forever. May there always be tigers in the jungles and tall grass. May the tigers roar be heard. May his thunder be known in the land. At the forest pool, by moonlight, may he drink and raise his head, scenting the night wind. May he crouch low in the grass when the herdsmen pass, and slumber in dark caverns when the sun is high. May there always be tigers, but not so many that one of them might be tempted to come into my room in search of meal. Yes, the poet is Ruskin Bond. Now turn the page. Come on, page number 8, children. Now here you have to answer some questions which is related from this poem. Question number 1. In a word or a phrase, give the meaning of the following words. The words are forever, crouch, slumber. Now you have to write down the meaning. Now children, listen carefully and write the answer which I am saying. Forever. Forever used to say that a particular situation or state will be always exist. Used to say that a particular situation or state will be exist. Write it down fast. Yes. I think you all have completed now. Second one, couch. To put your body close to ground by bending your legs under you. I repeat, to put your body close to the ground by bending your legs under you. Third one is slumber. Slumber means sleep, a time when somebody is asleep. Time when somebody is asleep. Now children, there are some words again given for you to use in your sentences. Here you have to make own sentences. So children, this will be your homework. Remember, question 2. Question 2 is your homework. Use the following words in sentences of your own. You have to use the word always and make sentences. Raise, make sentence. Tempted, make sentences. Now let's answer the questions. Where does the narrator picture tigers living? Where does the narrator picture tigers living? Yes, the answer is the poet pictures the tigers living in jungles and tall grass. I repeat, the poet pictures the tigers living in jungles and tall trees. I think you have done. Children, if you are unable to copy right now, watch the video again and again and complete the answers. The two words that are used to describe the sound by a tiger, which are those? I repeat the question. Which two words are used to describe the sound the tiger makes? In the poem, the two words that are used to describe the sound made by a tiger are roar and thunder. Number 3. Why do you think the poet wishes for the tiger to crouch low when the herdsman pass? The poet wishes that the tiger would crouch low when the herdsman pass so that the herdsman is not threatened by the tiger. He says this because if the herdsman is threatened, he might try to harm the tiger. Children, I am going to share this answer in the image. Question number 4. Why do you think the poet wrote this poem? Why do you think the poet wrote this poem? The poet may have written this poem to celebrate the endangered species and spread awareness. Once again, I am repeating. The poet may have written this poem to celebrate the endangered species and spread awareness. Why do you think the poet wrote this poem? Yes, in this poem, serious or humorous? Give a reason for your answer. Though the main message of the poem seems to be serious one, the poem ends on a humorous note saying saving tigers. Though the message of the poem seems to be serious one, the poem ends on a humorous note saving tigers. The poem Tiger Forever shows how well the poet knows the habits of tigers. In not more 60 words, describe the habits of tiger that the poet talks about in the poem. Here, tigers live in the jungles and tall grassy lands. At night, a tiger comes to the forest pool to drink water. It raises its head and sniffs the air. When he does not wish to sing, a tiger may crouch low in the grass. A tiger will usually slumber in dark caverns when it is very hot. Yes, children, now suggest another title for this poem. So, if you have any suggestion, you can write, but my suggestion is Long Live Tigers. Yes, my suggestion is Long Live Tigers. So children, this we have done the comprehension given on page 7, 8, okay, and 9. Now it's time for grammar. Here there are a few lines from the poem The Field Mouse by Cecil Frances Alexander. Yes, the poem given below is written by Cecil Frances Alexander. The title is The Field Mouse. अभी हम poem read out करेंगे children. और इसमें से जो वर्ड्स बोल दिए गए हैं उस पर आपको अटेंशन देना है, उस पर रीड आउट करना है, बिकॉज यही नेक्स्ट हमारे ग्रामर टाइम की एक्सरसाइज इसी पे ही डिपेंड रहेगी चिल्ड्रन. नाउ आई एम रीडिंग फॉर यू. रीड along with me. Where the corn tumbles down, where the acorn tumbles down, where the ash tree sheds its berry, where the ash tree sheds its berry. With your fur so soft and brown, with your fur so soft and brown, with your eye so round and merry, with your eye so round and merry. Scarcely moving the long grass, scarcely moving the long grass. Field mouse, I can see you pass. Little thing, in what den lie you all the winter sleeping, till warm weather comes again? Now turn the page number 10. Here we are going to do the exercise. Identify with the words given in bold or countable and uncountable nouns. In the chapter, in the course book, you have already studied about the countable and non-countable nouns. Can you tell me what are countable nouns? Yes? I hope you are having the answer with you. Yes, countable nouns are the nouns which can count in number, but uncountable are those which you can't count, like stars. Can you count stars? No, you can't. But sun, you can count? Yes, you can count. So let's do it. One more thing I would like to tell you, children. Countable nouns are that can be counted and have both singular and plural forms, whereas uncountable nouns are the names given to a number of people, animals or things that spoken or as one whole. Now turn the page. Let's do the exercises. Word, acorn. Acorn is a countable because a acorn grows into an oak tree. That's why. Berry. Berry is a countable. A strawberry is not an actual berry. Fur. Uncountable. I brushed my cat's fur. Eye. Countable. His eyes were green. Grass. Uncountable. My cow doesn't like to eat grass. Mouse. Countable. The mouse ran up the clock. Den. Countable. Lion lives in a den. Winter. Uncountable. Polar bears sleep all through winter. Weather. Uncountable. During our stay in Florida, the weather was pleasant. So children, you have to write it very neatly in the columns. Okay? Now, let's match the collective noun to the most suitable set of the noun. To which word I am saying, match it to the sentence. Match. Herd. What does a herd? Herd. Which word I am saying, match it with this sentence. Okay? Herd. Yes, children, what is herd? Herd. Herd is a group of calves, wolves, or mule. Wait. Sorry, children. Herd. A herd of deer, zebra, moose. Okay? A herd of deer, zebra, moose. झुंड. झुंड जो होता है जेब्रा का, डियर का और माउस का, उसे मूस का, उसे हम हर्ड कहते हैं. अ पाइल ऑफ, B1, अ पाइल ऑफ shirts, books and fallen leaves. A pile of shirts, books and fallen leaves. Kindly see the pointer and match it. A pack of cards, wolves and mules. A pack of cards, wolves and mules. A flock of, yes, geese, pigs, pigeons and sheep. A flock of geese, pigeons and sheep. A troop of monkeys, gorillas and baboons. I repeat, a troop of monkeys, gorillas, baboons. A fleet of ships, trucks and airplanes. A fleet of ships, trucks and airplanes. A bunch of keys, flowers and bananas. I hope you all have done. If you missed anything, please revert the video and check it out. Now, next page number 11. Sort the nouns to fit the correct boxes. Here are some nouns and their concrete and abstract noun you have to fill. Now, concrete noun. Let's check it out, children. In concrete noun. First, read out the words. Tiger, chocolate, friendship, newspaper, thunder, lemonade, grass, mountain, truth, talent. Now, let's separate this word. Let's divide these words into concrete and abstract noun. Concrete nouns are, yes children, tiger, chocolate, newspaper, lemonade, thunder, grass, mountain. Once again I am repeating, tiger, chocolate, newspaper, thunder, lemonade, grass, mountain. Abstract noun, friendship, truth, talent. I repeat, friendship, truth, talent. Okay children, I think you all have done it. Now, given below are the words that you have to make sentences using those words on your own with the following nouns. The words are confusion, happiness, heap, crowd, honesty. Children, this is your homework. You have to make own sentences by using these words. ये words को use करके आपको खुद से own sentences बनाने हैं. So, today's homework is given on page number 8, that is question number 2, as well as page number 11, question number 9, and activate your 5 senses and think about how you feel is a good way to describe what you are writing about. Use the writing organizer giving below to write your favorite season. So you have to write the name of the season and you have to write how that seasons look like. आपको अपने पसंद का मौसम लिखना है. आपको कौन सा मौसम बहुत अच्छा लगता है उसके बारे में लिखना है. पहले तो आप उस सीजन का नेम लिखेंगे, फिर वो मौसम कैसा दिखता है, देन किस तरह से उसमें उस मौसम, फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल रेनी सीजन है तो रेनी सीजन में बारिश की आवाज़ आती है, थंडर्स स्टॉर्म करते हैं, आवाज़ें निकालते हैं. दैट थिंग्स हाउ थिंग्स टेस्ट उस सीजन में आपको क्या खाना अच्छा लगता है और कैसे टेस्ट होता है उनसे। थिंग्स हाउ स्मेल, जब बारिश गिरती है तो मिट्टी की बहुत अच्छी खुशबू आती है। थिंग्स हाउ यू फील, एंड हाउ, आपके हैंड से कैसे फील होती है ये, एंड बाय योर हार्ट, whether you feel excited or happy or मतलब you wonder, that you have to write. So once again I am repeating the homework given on page number 8 question number 2, page number 11 question number 9, and page number 12 write well question number 10. All the best children, hope you have enjoyed, and we have completed all the exercises of chapter 1. Next I will come and join you with a new chapter. Till then, bye bye, take care. And once again, listen carefully, you have to write very neatly. If you are having any doubt, I am even sending you the pictures of the answers, but copy down correctly. आपको अच्छे से लिखना है, मैं आपको पिक्चर्स भेज रही हूँ आंसर्स के, आप वो भी कॉपी कर लीजिएगा करेक्ट फॉर्मेट में, but you have to write very 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 neatly. Till then children, bye bye, take care.